Aunt Margie,
Here,
what year were you born?
1927, Evanston, Illinois. Evanston Hospital.
You were born in the hospital?
Yes.
Well, we weren't sure because we haven't been able to find your birth certificate.
I don't know, maybe they snuck me in. I don't.
Do you know when you moved to North Carolina?
I think we were 7 or 8, something like that, because we made our first communion in Asheville, North Carolina.
What made Grandma decide to take the family to North Carolina?
I really not want to say.
You've told me.
Did I tell you?
Yeah.
Can I tell you what I know and you correct me?
Yeah.
Okay. So Uncle Frank got in trouble, right?
I don't know, he got in some bad trouble. The mother thought a midnight bus or something, and I don't know how we ended up in Asheville, North Carolina.
Do you think it was just where the bus was going to go? Did you have a place to go when you got there?
No, not that I know of. Oh, I know. My mother went to the church, the priest, and he found us a place to live. And it was in the basement of a house.
Were you there 1 year, 5 years? Do you remember how long?
I don't really know. At least a year. Bobby and I made our first communion there. I remember that. Yeah, I don't remember going to school in North Carolina.
We haven't been able to find out, talking to anybody, how long you were there. My dad was pretty unclear about it too.
So you don't know what Uncle Frank did that was so bad that you had to leave in the middle of the night?
I don't know. Mom just packed us up and we were gone.
Really?
And we went to the bus station. Yeah, because it was at night. I remember that, and I don't think I was very old. 7, 5, 7, something like that. But I think, yeah, they would have thrown him in jail or something. And so she just packed all of us up, and I don't know if she even knew where she was going.
Well, you said the priest, though, said that he had found a place for you guys in Asheville, North Carolina.
I guess that's when we got there. I don't know what she thought she was going to do with us after we got there. All she knew, I guess, is that she had to get out of town.
Why was it safe to come back?
I don't know.
Did Uncle Frank join the military then?
I don't think so.
He would have been too young, huh? Because you went back to Evanston and lived there
That's right.
and graduated from Evanston Township, right?
No.
Where did you go?
I went to Mount Melancrot, a private girls' school,
Oh, I see.
because that's where Aggie went. And Mother always said I was going to go to the same school
Uh-huh.
that she graduated from. And I don't know how she afforded it or what she did with the nuns to pay for that, but
Do you know who Aunt Aggie's father was?
she was married to Roy, right?
And Roy had a son already, right?
Not that I know of.
Oh. Who's Tim?
Tim Hannon.
Is that John's son?
Yeah,
How did Roy pass away?
I don't really remember. I don't know if my sister was married to him or they just had a child together.
Mm-hmm. And who was their child?
Oh, isn't that terrible?
No, it's not.
I can't.
We don't know either.
Yeah, Joey?
Was it Joe? Josephine?
Joey.
Yeah.
I think it was Joey, yeah. That's because Mother took care of her most of the time.
So Joey was Roy's daughter, not John's daughter. And then Jim was Jim Hannon.
Aggie and John Hannon,
And Roy was the father to Joey.
I think so.
Was Grandma Harrer married to anyone before your dad?
Not that I know of.
Did Agnes have a different father than you?
I think so.
Yeah. Do you know who he was?
I can't remember.
We've been unable to find his name, so we were trying to...
Aggie's father?
Uh-huh.
Roy was with Aggie.
Yes, but Aggie's father.
My mother had an affair.
Yes.
Huh? Yeah, I
And
don't.
do you remember who that affair was with? Never heard?
Not that I can remember, but I would think I would remember Aggie's father. Aggie's father.
And then do you remember anything about your dad's accident?
You know, I read something in the newspaper, and you know what?
Hmm.
And I was surprised at that because I don't know where I read it, but he'd been drinking. There was an accident.
Did he fall off a ladder? Did you ever hear that story?
Yep, he fell off. I think that's how he ended up in the mental hospital.
And so what about the story that I heard from my dad that he had carbon monoxide poisoning from working in the garage with the door closed?
Yeah.
And that's how he ended up in the mental hospital. Do you
Yes.
know which one?
See, they tell all kinds of.
That's what I said.
They told all kinds of fibs.
That's exactly what I said to your
It's
son. I said,
ridiculous.
Grandma Harrer was a pathological storyteller.
Yeah, I believe that. I said, really? Because we come up with all kinds of stories. Yeah.
But do you know which one might have been true? Do you know whether or not he fell off a ladder or if he had carbon monoxide poisoning? What's your best recollection?
I think I was in the house, and my dad had a business out in the garage. And I think my mother got a call, and I think we both went out there, and he had the door shut. And yeah. So that's all I remember. And he had, and the car was running.
And the car was running?
Uh-huh.
Did you meet any of the other Harrers? Because the Harrers were very prominent in the Evanston area. There's a Harrer Park.
They wouldn't have anything to do with, because they didn't like Mama, my mother.
Why didn't they like her? Do you know?
I don't think so. But I never met any of them. They were sisters, weren't they?
Uh-huh.
They're sisters.
And their brother.
Was there a brother too?
Mhm.
And they
And he was an architect.
were pretty prominent,
Yes.
but they didn't have anything to do with us.
What about the Ritters on Grandma's side?
Oh yeah, I knew them. They were very nice. Was it Anne Irene Ritter?
Irene Ritter.
Ah,
And was she your aunt, or
that was my mother's sister.
so she would have been your aunt?
Yeah,
And what do you remember about her?
she was the only one that I can ever remember visiting us, as far as relatives. You know,
Did she have any children?
I don't think so.
So you never remember playing with any cousins?
No,
When did you meet my mom, Amelia, Bill's wife?
in Evanston,
Do you remember how you met her?
I don't think I do.
You called her Kay
Why did I call her Kate?
because her last name was John, and you guys couldn't pronounce it.
Okay. So we called her Kate.
Yes,
Yeah,
because when
I
she was
remember.
when she was working at Weebolt's, which was a store, a prominent
Uh-huh.
store there, they called her Miss K for Miss John, and then K stuck.
Uh-huh.
But do you remember meeting her? And
Oh, yeah.
do you remember the first time you met her?
No.
Do you remember finding out how they were getting married? Because they were only dated for 3 months.
I don't remember.
What's your favorite memory of your childhood?
I don't know that I had any favorites
What's your favorite memory with hanging out with your brothers?
with my brothers. Oh, they teased me.
They also protected you. You were the baby.
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite memory with Aunt Agnes?
Oh, she was wonderful.
What did she teach you?
She had so much life, and she would dress real pretty.
Did she ever take you shopping?
No, but I think she brought me some pretty things
Yeah.
once in a while.
What was your favorite thing about your mom?
I'll know if I had a favorite thing. She's always there for us.
Uh-huh. What was the favorite thing she cooked for you?
Ooh. She liked to cook. Remember, she burned her hand too one time.
I remember that.
She was a wonderful cook. Yeah, she never wasted a thing.
Nothing. And as soon as the food started going
Uh-huh.
a little bad, she'd throw it all in the pot and call it Hungarian
Yeah.
goulash.
Yeah. It was always good. Boy, that goes back a few years.
Yes, all of the stories are in you. We didn't ask on time for my dad or Uncle Frank or Uncle Bobby or Aunt Aggie. So
Uh-huh.
all the stories are in you.
Oh, that's all I can think of.
Okay.